welcome to this week's edition of Cutv Newscenter. I am Danny Beck.
And I'm Stephen Ruffing.
Chancellor of the State System of Higher Education, Daniel Greenstein, made his second visit to the campus of Cal U on Wednesday as a keynote speaker for the Strike a Spark Conference, as well as a Q&A forum in the Performance Center. Along with addressing the pressing issues of enrollment that face the state system, Chancellor Greenstein also touched on a system redesign that would result in a healthier and more transparent system.
You know, we're talking about the kind of the system redesign that we're undertaking. That's really my and trying to get the temperature of folks in terms of how they're thinking about that. You know, it varies place to place, but I am picking up a couple of themes. One of them is a sort of an openness to change, which I frankly hadn't expected, and am delighted to find.
Yeah, and optimism.
There's a degree of optimism. Yeah, I like
so
that.
So you're kind of pushing that change forward, trying to.
Yeah, we gotta embrace our future, and I'm super confident we'll do it. And we'll do it well.
Brownsville Historical Society received a county tourism grant for the project that started in mid-April and will restore this side of the castle's facade. The tourism
Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Cutv Newscenter. I am Danny Beck.
And I'm Stephen Ruffing.
Chancellor of the State System of Higher Education, Daniel Greenstein, made his second visit to the campus of Cal U on Wednesday as a keynote speaker for the Strike a Spark Conference, as well as a Q&A forum in the Performance Center. Along with addressing the pressing issues of enrollment that face the state system, Chancellor Greenstein also touched on a system redesign that would result in a healthier and more transparent system.
You know, we're talking about the kind of the system redesign that we're undertaking. That's really my and trying to get the temperature of folks in terms of how they're thinking about that. You know, it varies place to place, but I am picking up a couple of themes. One of them is a sort of an openness to change, which I frankly hadn't expected, and am delighted to find.
Yeah, and optimism.
There's a degree of optimism. Yeah, I like
so
that.
So you're kind of pushing that change forward, trying to.
Yeah, we gotta embrace our future, and I'm super confident we'll do it. And we'll do it well.
Greenstein plans on returning to campus next fall to continue his tours to each school throughout the state.
Brownsville Historical Society received a county tourism grant for the project that started in mid-April and will restore this side of the castle's facade. The tourism grant is a program funded by the county's hotel tax and administered by the commissioners and the Laurel Highlands Visitors Bureau. Since 2017, the Historical Society has paid for removal of 6 large trees that damaged the castle as falling branches led to the breaking of downspouts and gutters, allowing water to come into the building. Other improvements included roof repair, installation of an equipment shed, and enhanced outdoor lighting. The Historical Society wants the public to enjoy the castle, working not only on improvements but on increasing visitation. Last September, a gunman opened fire inside the district judge's office that injured 4 police officers. One of those officers was Sergeant Scott Miller, who was shot in the left hand as he entered the building. After 7 months without putting on his uniform, Miller takes on a new role in the Masontown Police Department after borough leaders voted unanimously to promote the sergeant to police chief. Miller officially took over the role as police chief this past Monday to continue his 21 years of service with the Masontown Police Department.
The Pennsylvania Department of Labor and Industry released the latest installment of its employment situation for March 2019, and it included great news. For the first time since 1976, Pennsylvania's unemployment rate decreased 0.1% to a record low 3.9%, and the national rate remained at 3.8 for the month of March. The estimated number of jobs in Pennsylvania continues to climb as well, sitting at 6,044,500 jobs, which is up 4,000 from February. It's also the record high for the Commonwealth. The largest change in the fields of professional and business services, while education, health services, and leisure and hospitality rose to record high job levels.
The average cost of a gallon of unleaded self-serve dipped to 6/10 of a cent cheaper this previous week, 6.3 cents higher than it was a year ago. Washington experienced a similar weekly decline of 0.8 of a cent, but can still be considered a break after suffering 3 months of price increases. The city's average is the 9th lowest among 22 western Pennsylvania cities and towns monitored by AAA. Newcastle has the cheapest fuel, followed by Altoona. Only 7 Pennsylvania towns posted averages under $3. Now, Danny, it's a small decrease, very small, 0.8 of a cent, and that's just a little positive going forward with gas prices.
Yeah, no, we touched on gas prices before. We might have seen that B-roll somewhere else because there were some local gas prices that were changing as well. But I can tell you right now, if it's any decrease, I'm going to where the gas is cheaper, so I'm going to drive to Newcastle, waste some more gas to get gas.
Well, you could just fill up. You could fill up some gallons
in
that, so you could just bring it home. But Newcastle, it's a trip, so you're probably wasting a little more gas.
So
but no, any decrease. Last time we had a gas story, it was prices going up. Now they're slightly going down, so that's kind of a positive.
It's a great story, and unemployment too. Same kind of thing, same trends. But we have weather. And we don't have the weather guy.
It's just you and I on the desk this week for news. Dylan is actually at the NFL draft, so pretty cool with him. So Danny and I will have sports, and we'll just go over just the weekend. What it's looking like Friday. The high is 62, low of 40. Looking at some rain. Saturday, kind of partly sunny. I believe that's high of 60 and low of 48. And Sunday, we're going to see some rain as well. So Saturday's probably our biggest hope of any sunshine.
Yeah, I mean, but the weather's still in the 60s.
Yeah.
You know, we're a little bit spoiled. We've talked about it quite a bunch in the past, just about how I'm a fan of cooler weather.
Yeah.
But the 60s, that's perfect.
Yeah, I'll take the 60s.
It's a little bit windy. And I realized today, I haven't really been outside much. I've kind of been inside for a great majority of the day. But yeah, it's nice out there. It's a little overcast, but I think that the weather is just right. The wind is starting to cool down, and that was a front that actually Dylan was talking about last week. It's still kind of moving along. I'm not a weather guy.
Yeah, we don't have your fancy terms. We're just giving you. We're more spit than shine when we talk about talk about weather.
Yeah, but I mean, it's looking like a decent weekend. Next week, I think it's going to even warm up a little bit more, get into the 70s quite a few times. But yes, that's weather in a nutshell.
That's weather in a nutshell.
That's great. Coming up after the break, the Easter Bunny visits Cal U and exercise for a cause with Relay for Life. All that and more after the break. Stay tuned.
Let's picture if we were in World War II. And I said, I want a platoon like those guys. That will just get off the beach, off the landing craft onto the beach, and just take a shot. Not even think about it. From that day forward, they always took the shot. They didn't think about it. And that shot always hit its mark.
The Student Association Incorporated, or SAI, has been serving California University's student body since 1937. SAI is owned and operated by the students, which means every student has a voice in the corporation. Over 100 clubs and organizations are funded through student activities fees. These clubs and organizations cover a wide variety of interests from academic, arts, media communications, faith, politics, service, sports, recreation, and much more. If you don't find a club you like, you can start your own by finding 20 like-minded students. The opportunities are endless. The Student Association is directed by a board of directors made up of undergraduate and graduate students, alumni, and retired faculty. In addition to clubs and activities, the Student Association owns 2 areas for recreation that total close to 200 acres, Roadman Park and the SAI Farm. Roadman Park hosts club sports such as men's and women's rugby and the club baseball team. A variety of intramural sports are hosted at Roadman Park as well. The Vulcan tennis team plays its home matches at its facility, and a baseball field serves as home to the club baseball team and a practice field for the varsity team. The SAI Farm offers many different recreation and meeting opportunities. The renovated farmhouse, which dates back to the 1790s, has space for meetings and banquets. A picnic pavilion seats up to 128 people and is equipped with restrooms, playground, horseshoe pits, and volleyball court. Throughout the property is the disc golf course, which was the first course built in Washington County. There is a fitness course around a portion of the cross-country track and nature and hiking trails across the property. If that's not enough, the Student Association owns Vulcan Village housing near Roadman Park, approximately 1 mile from campus. These fully furnished apartments offer private bedrooms with the option of private bathrooms too. These options include 2-bed, 2-bath, 4-bed, 4-bath, and 4-bed, 2-bath. Housing at Vulcan Village includes all utilities, cable and internet, along with an outdoor saltwater pool, basketball court, and sand volleyball court. Room service dining is also available to the residents. Vulcan Village houses 770 people spread out among 199 apartments, so finding something to do or someone to spend time with is a breeze. The Student Association Incorporated aims to make student life better for all students. Get involved in the various clubs and activities, and make sure to utilize your activities transcript. The activities transcript is a resource to keep track of what you're involved in. This is great to have when applying for jobs and internships to show how involved you are. And this is another awesome tool provided by SAI. Remember, SAI is your student association.
Welcome back to CUTV News Center. I am Danny Beck.
And I'm Stephen Ruffing.
CalU welcomed the community this past week with free family fun. Children and families enjoyed an Easter egg hunt, crafts, and face painting in the Convocation Center. The Easter Bunny also made an appearance at the event to greet the families and pose for pictures. The families then gathered in the Vulcan Theater to enjoy Mary Poppins Returns. The event was sponsored by the Center for Volunteer Programs and Service Learning at CalU.
Get your high heels ready because the annual Walk a Mile in Her Shoes is coming up. Men will trade sneakers for women's high-heeled shoes to walk the walk to better understand and appreciate women's experiences. By choosing to walk the walk, you could become a visible, courageous partner to stop sexual assault, domestic violence, and stalking on college campuses. The event will start at 11 in the morning on April 30th in the Convocation Center, and the walk will be held on 3rd Street. Volunteers are needed to organize team tables and pass out shoes and help with cleanup. Visit OrgSync to sign up to help.
The rain on Tuesday moved the Relay for Life launch party indoors, but the festivities continue to draw a crowd to sign up for the relay that will take place in the fall. The relay switches from the Convocation Center in the spring to Adamson Stadium in the fall, where the 2018 fall relay raised $6,530. The relay is $15 per college student to register, and the fundraiser is dedicated to helping communities attack cancer under the umbrella of the American Cancer Society. For more information about the event, students are encouraged to reach out to the CalU Relay for Life Executive Board President Bailey Westfall or Vice President Maria Dobishek on their CalU emails. Hip-hop icon Chuck D, founder of the groundbreaking rap group Public Enemy, and Sabrina Fulton, mother of the late Trayvon Martin, headlined the 14th annual HipHop Conference titled Social Justice, Mental Health, and the Hip-Hop Generation. The conference is a part of the week-long schedule of events that included a campus roundtable discussion surrounding the life and legacy of Nipsey Hussle on Tuesday, and a student debate held earlier today for the top 10 rappers, hosted by members of the Cal U Men United. The annual conference is organized by Dr. Kelton Edmonds, a professor in the Department of History, Politics, Society, and Law, along with being the former director of the Frederick Douglass Institute at Cal U.
There are many different voices that make up the on-air schedule on 91.9 FM WCAL. Caitlin Lenke brings you one of the newest personalities in this week's On the Dial.
Hello and welcome to On the Dial. My name is Caitlin Lenke and today I will be interviewing our newest DJ, Doug. So what is your DJ name?
My DJ name is literally just Doug.
How were you introduced to the station?
I came down to CUTV my first week of, literally the first day, like move-in day. I came down and did a high school football game with them, and my original goal here was to get involved with radio. So I tried to get myself involved in the station somewhat quickly.
What is your major?
My major is communication design and culture.
When is your show?
My show is the alternative option, and it is on Tuesday nights from 6 to 8 p.m.
Okay. And what type of music do you usually play?
I'll play anything.
And although you're rather new to the station, do you have a favorite memory?
My favorite memories, honestly, are sitting in doing the morning show with TK and Dylan.
Do you have a favorite artist, genre, or song?
This is a tough one, but we'll go with favorite song. My favorite song ever is I Miss You by Blink-182.
Is there anything else you'd like to tell everybody?
I don't really think. I think we covered a lot of it.
Thank you for tuning in to On the Dial here with CUTV and WCAL. Make sure to follow us on social media at 919 WCAL and at CUTV.
This week in the Vulcan Theater, we have Alpha. Young Kata tries to survive alone in the wilderness after he's left for dead during his first hunt with his Cro-Magnon tribe. He soon forms an unlikely alliance with a lone wolf that was abandoned by its pack. Facing overwhelming odds and non-stop danger, Kata and the wolf must now trek through a harsh and unforgiving landscape to make it home before winter. Showtimes are 11 a.m., 7 p.m., and 10 p.m. Monday through Friday, 4 p.m., 7 p.m., and 10 p.m. Saturday and Sunday.
And Steve, as I mentioned before, we do not have sports this week. We are in a kind of a blank spot in terms of highlights for sports, but that doesn't mean that the Vulcans aren't tearing it up as of late. The Vulcans baseball team moved to an impressive 31-9 on the season after a non-conference shutout of West Liberty on the road on Wednesday night, and they sit in the 4th spot in the Atlantic Region rankings that were released on Wednesday afternoon.
Yeah, the softball team was also in action on Wednesday afternoon in Edinburgh, splitting the doubleheader for their 11th victory this season. Taylor Robley, earned the complete game victory and her 8th victory this season.
And the Vulcans golf team also hosted the Crofton Invitational in Maryland and took home 5th place behind fellow PSAC teams of IUP and Westchester. Ryan Smith and Austin Smith led the charge for California, shooting a 1/73 in the 3rd round. And as a team, the Vulcans finished at 61/925. Bentley took home the Invitational win by shooting an outstanding 28/892.
Jalen Means was chosen as the Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference Track Athlete of the Week on Tuesday after breaking an all-time league record at the Duke Invitational in North Carolina. Means broke this record while competing in a field of almost 80 participants, and he now ranks among the top 10 on the national performance list.
Yeah, and it was just a great week for sports.
Yeah.
And honestly, this is our last Newscenter.
Yeah.
This is the last one that we have. It's kind of a bittersweet ending.
It is.
With everything. You kind of joined a little bit later on in the actual, this side of things.
Right.
On the news.
On the news side, yeah. I was
Yes,
always
yes.
over there on the entertainment
And
side
we kind
of
of
things.
just X you out.
Yeah.
And you're like, no, I want to stay on.
Yeah, right.
It's-
So we reformatted things a little bit, and it was great to be on this side with you, Danny, as co-anchors.
Yeah, I feel like I've been in this seat, saw 3 different people anchors
Yeah.
next to me. You're being the third. Great seat to follow
It
in,
was.
and great kind of leaders in way of that. So it was a fantastic year. This is one of the last shoots that we're going to be doing. We have one game. Make sure to check out the spring game up at Adamson Stadium. I believe that starts at 1.
Yeah.
I want to say that's on Saturday. That's going to be a fun one. Our director, producer, overlord, Gary Smith, he's not going to be there.
Cool.
So that's going to be.
We're going to have to take it over.
Your shoulders better get ready.
That's Colin. He's directing that.
Yeah, but I mean, we're all going to be having the reins in our hands that time.
That's
and
scary.
It'll be an interesting
We'll see
one.
what happens,
Yeah.
But this was a fun ride, and of course, we bring you the news, but it wouldn't be possible without, of course, our producer Jeff Helsel and our director Gary Smith. Without them too, I mean, none of this.
And
would have been
everybody,
possible
Pam
this
Delverne
semester.
also.
Yeah, Pam Delverne, absolutely.
She's,
Everyone on crew.
Yeah, everybody was helping out. Very intricate role in putting this out every single week, putting this out every other week rather.
Yep, there you go. And for one last time, Danny.
Yeah, thank you for joining us tonight on CUTV News Center.
Be sure to check out our YouTube channel at CUTV News Center and our Twitter page at CUTV_PA.
Don't forget that the Cal Times will be publishing the last edition of their newspaper in 1 week across campus. Also tune into WCAL 91.9 FM in your car or online at sai.calu.edu/WCAL.
And again, one last time, thank you for watching and stay tuned as we will have a new crop of anchors on this desk next semester. Goodbye, California.